translated in Urdu. Okay, how does... We ready? Are we live? Hello, hello. What do I look like? Okay, let's fix my hair. Can I go live here? I can't see myself on YouTube, yeah? And where's my Instagram? Oh, I'm supposed to use this. All right, okay. I don't know where to go. I got it. Here. Okay. Okay, no. Sorry. Bear with me. Are we live? This one? This one? This one? Okay, welcome everybody. Everybody who's over here. Good morning. Good morning. Rahul, Brown Flame. Brown Flame. Zahid, Rahul, Moses, Haris. Hey, Haris. I'm going to answer one of your questions today. You asked me a question as well, right? And I'm going to answer that. Let's do that. Rahul Amsuri. Hello, boss. Hey, hi. How are you? Haris, you asked me a question. How does FD Global differentiate from the rest of the brokerages? Okay, so I'm gonna say this to the best of our ability. This is what we tell, and this is how we try to play for our clients. Okay, we tell them, and this is how we try to practice. We don't sell you a property. We're always going to help you find the best property that's the best fit for you. You will invest in the property, and we're going to invest in your life and your future. So you've got to understand, as a brokerage, we're not just selling property. We're offering a service. We're finding solutions for our clients. Guys, if you want to, buy a property, get in touch with us below. There's always going to be a link or a WhatsApp number down there. Chris, boss, how are you doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Hi. Everybody watching on YouTube, you're welcome to send in any questions that you might have. Let me take up some questions over here from YouTube. And then I want to deal today with how you might be able to, how you can deal with tough clients, right? Really, really difficult clients, like clients who make life very, very difficult. How do you guys manage that, right? Okay. Can I move this, Sangha? What if I move this here? Yeah? So I can actually read and look at you guys at the same time. Is that okay? Okay, that makes my life a little bit easier, so I can read and look at you guys. Yusuf, assalamu alaikum. Hi, how are you? Kif halach? How are you? So guys, listen, I want to address this. I want to talk about how to address really, really tough clients. Okay, we can move these books over here. Guys, if you haven't, try to get one of these books, okay? This is the first book I wrote in 2016. You can buy the ebook. It's pretty cheap. You can get it off our website. The value in this is not cheap, but it's the foundational book to this one, okay? Now, what's the difference? This one's written more like a story, okay? But it was written in 2016. This one's in 2023 with a lot of updates, upgrades, a lot of concise, structured information. So if you're a real estate broker or an investor and you want to go straight to the juicy bits and get real advice, go here. If you want to get a story that gives you a foundational for both, go here and then go here. They're very, very easy reads. Like they're about 110 pages only. So they're super easy to actually read. They're not complicated books. I've written them. They're written in a very, very easy style. Yeah, very extremely easy. Yeah, right, Ghassan? Okay, so let's talk about some of the other questions I've had. Okay, so somebody asks me, "Hi Fahd, I'm doing in real estate call center job, but after DLD RERA fine, I'm gonna lost my job." Okay, so some of you might not know this, but in Dubai, cold calling is illegal, okay? And I don't know why, but a lot of people felt that this is what they should be doing, though. Alhamdulillah, this I don't know, maybe I would have been doing this as well. And I've done this in the past. But one of the companies that I worked with, Keller Williams, because it was illegal, they just, put their foot down and said nobody should do it. It's illegal. If the government or the real estate regulatory authority is telling us don't do it, then just we don't do it, right? So what it did is, if you stop doing things that are illegal, what it does, it forces you to develop yourself in other ways, other avenues, like, social media, YouTube, to generate leads. So first of all, please don't do it. Try to avoid doing it. There's a fine. There's a reason there's a fine, because too many owners are getting too annoyed by it, right? Hey, welcome everybody who's come in. Abdullah, Kunal, Shafiq, Yusuf, everybody who's over here. Anna, welcome, okay? Haris, I've answered your question. If you've got a follow-up question, please do ask, and then I'll be happy to answer, okay? Fahd Realtor, who's joined, hey, welcome as well. So now you're saying that you lost your job because, the real estate call center that you were working in got a fine, right? What solution I gave to company owner, or how can I make new inventory for agents? Look, one of the ways that your company owner could work around this is let them advertise. And then if people now advertising is another story, right? It takes a little bit more guts, money, and you've got to be able to learn how to advertise. Like, it's not like back in the day when Facebook, nobody was advertising. It used to be like you put an ad and it kind of like works and somebody comes and finds you. Now there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of other people also advertising, but who cares? You go in and you try figuring it out, okay? It might take you 3 months, 6 months. A lot of money gets spent trying to figure out how to advertise. But, if you advertise, then the leads that the people that say we want the information, they're no longer cold calls. They're like warm leads. They've actually asked you to call them. So now when you call them, it's not a cold call, right? Right. Ask your owner to spend on that, right? Ask your owner to spend on that. And if that works, amazing, right? If not that, go to another company that's doing that. Like, as long as things are working out, then, make things work out like that, right, guys? Yusuf had a question. Yusuf, sorry, I've lost your question, but I can see your question. My question is, want to know if there is any building inspection report when buying a property to check if all materials are good, etc. Good question, okay? No, I don't. There is no building inspection report, but you could get a building inspection report. Now, okay. Now, if you were buying a hotel, or if you were buying an actual building, you could, before you actually sign up to actually make that purchase, you could talk to the building owner and say, look, I'd like to actually do the full building inspection, which means that my engineers, my inspection company is going to come in and actually inspect the entire building. And they would probably give you access. They'd give you access to the HVAC, they'd give you access to the utilities room, so on and so forth. But if you're buying an apartment in a building, they won't give you access to all of that. But there's some basic rules that you could follow. How old is the building? Okay, so just to let you know, a building or the structure of the building has a 10-year warranty. Okay, so generally speaking, in Dubai, older buildings, more than 6, 7, 8 years, if they've not been built very well, the moment you walk in, you're going to start seeing the age on the building. Like, it's kind of like a human being. If a human being takes care of themselves, like works out, eats well, has a good routine, as they age, you're going to see that they're aging really elegantly, gracefully. You're not going to see a lot of wrinkles. You're going to see that they can move about, they can walk about, they can jog about, right? Same rules apply to a building. Now, if you walk into a building that's 7, 8 years old, and you walk into the different corridors, like the different floors, if you see mold growing on the ceilings, right? Hey, that's kind of like a heads up for you, right? If you see that the building, go to the what do you call this? The common area amenities, like the swimming pool. Go to the gym, like look at the equipment. If the what do you call this? If the gym has seats which are torn, right? If the bathrooms are dirty, nobody's taking care of them. If the elevator and the access and all of this, like I'll tell you, like in Dubai, in Business Bay, there's towers called executive towers. They were handed over in 2009, so they're probably being built by 2008, and they got handed over in 2009. I can tell you that the team, because they come under a Dubai government body who owns them and they run them. The team that runs executive towers is so on point. Like I don't know how many security guards and how many people there, because we've done a lot of work in these towers, so I know these towers very, very well. They've got like massive teams, always cleaning, taking care, updating the CCTV. So when you see that the teams are taking care of buildings like that, you know that they're in good hands. And you got to know that a building that's getting taken care of is probably getting taken care of because it was built with love and passion, right? If it wasn't built with love and passion, it's probably showing a lot of wear and tear by now. Does that make sense, Yusuf? So you won't get a building report. You could get an apartment report. But if you want to get a building report, there's other ways to go about it, all right? Everybody else who's here, hey guys, welcome. I want to say hi to everybody. Varun, her name is Gab. Thank you for joining. 19 Awadi, Sigimaru, Daphne, Shehbaz, hello. Habib, the realtor Sakib. Oh, assalamu alaikum. All right, Sakib always got a question. Bless you. Thank you for your question. Let me read it. How to generate listing or get owners who are looking to sell the property, right? To sell the property. Hey, so let's take cold calls out of the way. Go and meet 10 people a day. Simple. Okay. How do you meet them? Figure it out, right? Go to an event. Go to your family. Hey, assalamu alaikum. How are you? Do you know that I'm in real estate? Yes, I do. Hey, can you remember that I could help you sell a property? I don't have a property. Let's say your relative says they don't have a property to sell right now. Let's say they've got tons of properties. Hey, I've got 100 properties, but I'm not selling any right now. No problem. Any of your friends selling any properties? Not yet. Can you keep me in your mind when they are? Okay, I will. Now call them back every 2 weeks, remind them, send them a gift, give them value, grow your network, and you'll start seeing that properties will start coming back to you. Number one. That's general, right? But if you are specific to an area like Arabian ranches and you're trying to get in, get a listing by begging, borrowing, and not stealing. Actually, don't steal. Go to your friends, okay? Hey, you're an Arabian rancher specialist? Yes, I am. How many listings do you have? 20. Can I help you? Can I be your assistant? Can I work with you? This is if you're trying to focus in Arabian ranches and if you're trying to get more listings there, right? Say, hey, can I list one on my name, please? Now you list one. Other owners will call you. Like, guys, you just have to keep going every day. It's kind of like you're asking me, like, how can I dig a big hole? Hey, if you've got a bulldozer, use that. If you've got a shovel, use that. If it's hard rock, get a pickaxe. If it's really, really difficult and you can't dig a big hole, find another piece of earth where the hole's easier to dig. It's kind of like just keep thinking, keep going, right? All right, Saqib, Assalamu alaikum. Just try to understand, basic thing. Try to get 10 people into your contacts database every day, right? And then keep asking them for listings. Be focused on that and you will grow, inshallah. Okay, ask me a follow-up if I have not answered your question properly, okay? Okay, Sahiba Naz, Heja, Sayyid Zafifi, hey, welcome. Please ask me any real estate questions you have. Sheikh Faisal, Abdus Samad, Shariar Kaif, Sama Anjum, Arshad Sahab, and Muhammad Amir, Zain Khan, Jose Elbin. Okay, guys, if you got any questions on YouTube or Instagram, please ask me, right? Happy to answer, okay? So in the meantime, I'm going to answer questions that have already come through from other people, okay? Fibran Khan says, Saudi Arabia is also planned. Yusuf, thank you, boss. Really professional and true-hearted agent. Okay, I'm glad I've helped you. And true heart, only those who know my heart. But thank you for the compliment. Realtor Saqib says, Walaikum Assalam. Thank you for the answer. You're welcome, brother. Saudi Arabia is also planned more mega projects. That's true. That's great. I think it's great for the region. I think it's going to bring in more money into the region, right? Then Dubai and also Qatar is doing, inshallah, Pakistan Gwadar will also start after airport opening. What do you think about Dubai investors? Will they not be divided? It's kind of like, let's look at, coffee shops. Okay, so how many coffee shops do we have? Starbucks, Costa Coffee, Caribou Coffee, Tim Hortons. Yeah, Tim Hortons. What else? What else? Costa. There's this other one, like Gloria Jeans. I think Gloria Jeans. Do we have a Gloria Jeans here? Okay, and then there's like all these specialty coffee shops, right? They all do well, right? You guys have to think about it like this. Like, don't think like, hey, if one gives competition to the other must suffer. Hey, the pie can grow bigger, right? The pie can grow bigger. Like, I've got this example the other day. I was thinking about this. Like, new industries develop. Like, industries we've never thought about develop because of the pie growing bigger. And I think, look, Dubai's business and it's smart. I think one of the key things that I've always felt in Dubai, may Allah bless the rulers and guide us all, is that they've always felt that the pie can grow bigger. I've got this feeling like they've never restricted the pie, like they've never held it down. And somebody asked this to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, because this was a theme, a recurring theme a lot of times. And he was asked, like, every time there is trouble in the area, Dubai benefits. So is there something about this? And he said, look, every time there's trouble in the area doesn't mean that Dubai benefits. In fact, it affects us negatively. In fact, we want, and I'm quoting if I remember correctly, he said, like, we want the entire region to develop, and that will benefit everybody. So I think if Saudi develops, like, what better thing can happen? Like, it's like Europe. If you visit Italy, you can also go to Spain, and then you can also go to Germany, right? Right, Anu? So if you go to Saudi Arabia as a tourist, great. Like, Saudi Arabia grows the tourist numbers all over the world to say, hey, come visit Saudi Arabia. But if you go to Saudi Arabia, you'd be like, hey, why don't I go to Dubai as well? Right? If you do business in Saudi Arabia, you'd be like, hey, why don't I do business in Dubai as well? So if you've ever been, like, there's a lot of people who love traveling, and Europe is one of those dream destinations for a lot of people. Well, it was. I don't know if you want to go to Europe anymore. You want to go? Okay. They want to go to Europe, fine. But, like, is there only one country you want to go to Europe in? No, right? All over through Europe, right? Right, Hassan? Okay. The team today wants to travel. Bless them all. I hope you guys will travel far and wide in good health and good safety. All of you, right? So the same thing applies to Saudi Arabia. What? Okay. Bless you all. Okay, everybody who's joined in, guys, if you got... So guys, listen. So just to finish this question out. Saudi develops good, great. Qatar develops good, great. There has been some issues in Qatar, by the way, right? After the post-World Cup, people are saying that it's dead. And I don't wish... Hey, maybe we should go to Qatar. Like, I'd love to go to Qatar. Support it. Spend money there. Bless them. We want them to develop. But, there has been some issues post-World Cup. People are telling me, I don't know. I could be wrong. That, fine dining, regular restaurants, you go in, there's 2 tables that are full. And, you come to Dubai, like, boom, like, things are happening. Okay. So let's take Dr. So everybody who's here, AM231, Ahmad, Asad. Oh, hey, Rashid, I see a question from you, Rashid. Let me answer your question. Rashid, you asked me, Eagle Hills project in Mariam Island, is it a good investment? Okay, so I'll tell you this. I don't know that project in detail, okay? But I can give you some basic insight, okay? Look, if I understand that the person behind the Eagle Hills project, I think it's in Abu Dhabi or Ras Al Khaimah. If it's Mariam Island, maybe it's Ras Al Khaimah. The thing is, we look at people who've delivered, okay? So here's the thing, right? If Elon starts today a new business that provides something that, it's unique, like, I don't know. What does he start doing? Like, if Elon starts an airline, I think we could place a safe bet he's going to make it work well. Like, if Amazon started an airline, I think, okay, I would say, hey, actually, no, let's not do that, because Elon's never done an airline, right? So, and Jeff Bezos never done an airline, so they could still flop. So we don't know. Like, Richard Branson has like 400 companies, but it doesn't mean that he's done well in all the companies. So, coffee break. Thank you, guys. It's in Sharjah. Okay, it's in Sharjah. Yeah, I think I know. I've heard about this. Okay, I think it'll be. Look, if I understand correctly, Muhammad Al Abbar, who is the chairman of Emaar, is behind this project. Okay, the thing is, Muhammad Al Abbar understands real estate very well. Like, he's the person who's been leading Emaar. Yes, it's a government-owned, quasi-government-owned company, but he's been leading Emaar for the last 25 years, right? And before real estate, he was doing a lot of other things, but he knows real estate. So will he deliver an amazing, good project in Sharjah called Eagle Hills? I think he will. Just try to look at the regulation around it, because I think when the project was launched, I'm not sure if it was completely freehold. So if it's not freehold, that is challenging. Yeah, going to be challenging. Okay. So keep that in mind. Thank you very much, Rashid, for asking this question. By the way, we've got a service. If you want us to actually do a full analysis and an evaluation, we charge for the service. But we could look at that project for you, and then build a strategy that might be very relative to you. Right? Get in touch with us. Like, ask us. See the number on the YouTube screen. Instagram, but he's on Instagram, Anu. Yeah. Okay, guys. Everybody who's here, welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, come on, man. YouTube, guys, you guys are quiet today. Send me a question or send me a hi. Send me a hello. Okay. Until then, we take some questions from here, right? Thanks, guys, for asking me questions. I really appreciate it. I'd like to be engaged with you guys. Okay. All right. My question, if you're a tenant, what about other costs? So this is a person asked Randaman. If your question, my question, if you're a tenant, what about other costs? Diva, maintenance, housekeeping, internet, gas facility. Okay, Diva means Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. You have to pay that. Imran Saeed, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Wa alaikum assalam. I'm good. How are you? Diva, you pay that unless you negotiate with the landlord and say, hey, it's going to be part of the agreement. And some landlords will do that. Like, they will negotiate with you, and they'll put it as a total part of the package. Some people do this. So if you want to negotiate and say, hey, I'll pay you this much, but I need it to be inclusive of Diva. Fine. Maintenance, anything that's daily wear and tear, that's your responsibility. Anything major like air conditioners, major plumbing, major things, that's the landlord. Housekeeping, that's yours, unless you include it, okay, in the contract. Internet, again, you. Gas facility, again, you, right? You've got to take care of the gas facility as well. This the tenant has to take care of, and the 20K profit mentioned drops down. Subleasing properties. Please correct me if I am wrong. I don't think that this subleasing was, this was about taking on a property and then passing it on to a tenant. And you're saying that the profit, look, the margins are thin. If you understand the video again, I was talking about people who take on on properties and then short-term rent it. Yeah, that's what the property was. Somebody's asking me, sir, property seized, new law or punishment? I've got no idea what this is, what this means actually. What's your advice to buy off plan, or build one? Which one is best for investors? I'm looking for loan from the bank. Express Lausanne 526. Okay, Express Lausanne. Hey, everybody who's here, welcome. Send me a question if you guys have on Instagram. Hassan, Imran, Sabu, Sayyid Imran, Reem Irfan, Assalamu alaikum. Everybody who's here, you're welcome to send me a question. Okay, guys, a lot of times people ask like this question. Hey, which one's best? Off plan or ready? Hey, that's not the question. And I'll give you the pros and cons of both, okay? So look at off plan, okay? Off plan is generally priced higher. Off plan gives you a payment plan. Off plan allows you to pay over a longer period of time. It's not ready, so you can't move into the property right now. You can't see the actual property that's going to be delivered. So unless it's a developer with an amazing credibility behind them, you don't know exactly what you're going to be getting, okay? Whereas ready, you'll have to pay all the amount right now. You might get it slightly less priced. You can see what you're getting. Um, there's probably a premium built in, so on and so forth. Whereas off plan, you can build in a premium, right? As the generally speaking, as the property goes up. Now the question is, which one's right for you? How much money do you have? When you're saying that I'm looking for a bank loan, then maybe you don't have the full payment now. So obviously going the offline route might be good for you. But ideally speaking, when we're working together, there is a WhatsApp number, there's a link, click it, fill it up, get in touch with us, work with us, and let us advise you and guide you, okay? Please translate in Urdu. Somebody says, look, I used to do some videos in Urdu. I just don't do them anymore right now. Maybe someday I'll do that. Salam, my brother. I believe you well. You always give great content in the space. Salute. Okay, that's from Sabu. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Kasra Kek Kehoshrawi. Hey. Hello. Okay. Guys, last but not the least, there's some questions on Instagram. My team's telling me that we should be ending now. So we will be ending in the next 2-3 minutes. If you got questions, please put them in quickly, guys. YouTube or otherwise. So we've answered Haris's question, Rashid's question. Ahmed, salam, can I meet you when I come to Dubai? So guys, listen, when you want to meet me, there must be an agenda, right? You should have a reason to meet me. If you're somebody who is an agent and you're looking for a job, if you're looking for advice or guidance, then, state that clearly and I'll point you in the right direction on how that could happen. If you're an investor and you want help, then again, we work in a structured way, right? You send us a message, we talk to you, we see if we're a good fit, we explain to you our service, and then obviously post that once you're part of the family, we start meeting and so on and so forth. But if you say, hey, I would just like to meet you, maybe we start a majlis meet and greet at some time, right? Like, on a weekday, on a Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and I'll be sitting there and, whoever needs to meet, wants to meet, say hi, ask a question, can come in person and come and ask. I don't hold those right now, so it's challenging. So if you got a specific agenda, just put it across on that WhatsApp number and then you can meet, right, guys? Otherwise, just let you know, like, all meetings need to be agenda driven. Like, why are we meeting? What are we meeting? And then beyond that, just to let you know, like, some meetings then are paid meetings. Like, if you're looking for advice or strategy or help, then, it's kind of like a paid meeting. Then you pay and meet. I just have to slice up my time like that. Sayyid Imran Ahmed, what is the advantage of buying a property with the small or individual property developer? Okay, these are good questions. Can I give them answers? We have some time. Okay. Walaikum Assalam. What is the advantage of buying a property with the smaller individual property developer? Look, again, the advantage is very specific. It should be very unique to you. Like, I'll tell you something. Recently, one of my clients bought something from an individual developer. But before you buy from an individual developer, okay, I'll give you an advantage that's just happened. But you've got to understand the pre-work that happened. We looked at the entire market to look at projects that were financially suitable, okay, which were correct to his strategy, still had capital appreciation potential, still had good rental income potential, and could meet his financial strategy, okay? Once we identified that, we ended up buying from an individual or a smaller developer. Okay, now with that smaller developer, this gentleman had a post-handover payment plan of 3 years. And what he did was he ended up negotiating with them, and part of my team was helping him to extend that post-handover payment plan by 1 more year by paying him a larger chunk up front. Okay, you can do that with individual developers. It's easier with the large developers like Emar. Like, yes, they're great. They got good service, but you're one person. You're like, if you go in, you've got to really push the needle. Like, you got to really tell them, hey, I'd like to pay full money up front. All of it, can you give me a post handover? And then they might or they might not, or they might or might not give you a discount. Okay, so With individual developers, you might be able to actually negotiate a little bit more, right? Because they've got less clients coming through to them, their brand's a little bit less known, right? So those kind of advantages you can get, but are you should you risk? Excuse me. Should you risk buying with them? The question is, a lot of work needs to be done before you decide that they're right for you, right? For instance, I'll give you an example. Like recently, we were helping a client, and we had two developers neck to neck. Both seemed good, but one developer's already delivered 3 projects in Dubai. The other has not delivered anything. Both are good. I'm not saying one is bad, because the other has a long history of development from another country. Now, the point is, of course, we're going to pick the one that's of course we're going to pick the one that's got a history of development in Dubai. It's kind of like just a no nonsense. It's a good decision to make it like that, but unless the other one's giving you a great price or something. No man. Hey, I always look up to you. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Look up to people who are even bigger and better than me. One question: that how do you show the client that there won't be oversupply on 26, 27, and 28? Look, first of all, you've got to accept that you don't know the future, okay? So you don't know the future. You got to tell them, hey, yeah, maybe there will be oversupply. Who knows? Maybe I will grow to 6 feet, right? Right? Okay. And then you've got to understand fundamentals of real estate, okay? Try to understand that before you sell them a myth. Real estate goes like this, okay? It goes up and down like this. Why, okay? Like what happened, right? Post-pandemic, Dubai handled the pandemic very well. So a lot of people from all across the globe came to Dubai looking for jobs, investments, living here, so on and so forth. So what happened to demand? Demand went up, which means it went oversupply, right? If supply was here, demand overshot. And that's clear, evident, because the market allows the landlords to increase rents because the tenants are willing to pay because there's more people. Number 2, a lot more launch events and a lot of people buying property because there is demand there. Now, supply is going to start reasonably increasing as well. Now, at some stage, supply meets demand, okay? Then supply overshoots as well. The reality is, there's a certain absorption rate into the market of everything. The thing is, you've got to understand, this has happened many times before. Like 2007, I was standing in International City with my father, and there's at that time International City had 27,000 apartments, and my father said to me, like, and my father's been here since the 60s, the 70s, and we've seen Dubai's growth. And my father looked at me and he said, like, Fahd, who's gonna live here? Like 27,000 apartments. Have you been to International City? Anybody? Have you been there? International City? Huh, Sanka? It's full, right? People are living there. Actually, probably 100,000 people live there. Okay? So, but that wasn't the case. Like in 2008, there was a crisis and there were less people over here. So yeah, there's a certain absorption rate that Dubai will absorb. Then there will be oversupply, and then the demand will pick up and more people will come in. And so that's how it is. And then you've got to understand that Dubai is 4 hours flying distance from 4 billion people, right? So there's a lot of people who are looking to come to Dubai. There's a lot of people who are looking to come and work here, invest here, do business here. So you've got to tell them, like, yeah, okay, so maybe there will be oversupply, but the bigger picture of Dubai is Dubai. So you should know this. Just look it up. Dubai municipality 5-6 years ago was talking about that their instructions are to plan the city for 9 million people. How many million people here now? 3.54 million. The infrastructure, everything that's getting built is getting built for 9 million people. Okay, so we're like way short when we talk about supply and so on and so forth. All right, guys, everybody who sent me just one last question. Double S Real Estate, hotel rooms, is it good business in real estate? If you're talking about short-term rentals and you want to do short-term rentals, yes, maybe that's good business. But if you're talking about buying into an industry where somebody else runs a hotel room for you, I'm not seeing them perform very well, okay? This is my personal opinion. I could be wrong. So you might want to you might want to analyze that really, really well. Okay. Guys, everybody who showed up, thank you very much for showing up on this live, asking me questions. I'm happy that I was able to answer a lot of your questions. Anybody who's missed out, please send me questions later on and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you very much for joining us on this live and asking your questions. Until next time, see you later. Bye for now.